In this video, I'm going to react to the most feared man in NFL history. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. This is the place where I react to music, media, sports, anime, anything related to popular culture. I'll watch it with an open mind and give you my 100% honest reaction to it. And if you could please hit that like button early, I'd really appreciate it. Now this should be interesting. Like when I hear the phrase or read the phrase, the most feared man in NFL history, you know, I would imagine probably it's got to be Lawrence Taylor, surely, just because, you know, he changed the game with his physicality, you know, with the way he went after quarterbacks. So I'm thinking it's going to be about him, but I actually don't think it is. So, you know, I'm quite interested to see, you know, who this person is, you know, why they've earned that reputation, what kind of damage they did on a football field. So yeah, let's get straight to it. So let's go. This is going to be me reacting to the most feared man in NFL history. Let's do it. Alzado played with rage that some deemed uncontrollable. Alzado, who's this?
People can portray me any way they want because I don't give a damn. I am what I am. And until those people touch me close enough, they'll never know what I am. If they want to see me in this interview or in a newspaper article and say, what's the matter with this guy? Let them say it. But don't you analyze me and don't you tell me what I am until you get close enough to understand what I am. Then you can make an analysis of me. But don't you dare do it until then.
Oh, this dude is intense.
It was easy to get the wrong impression of Lyle Alzado.
Look out, Lyle Alzado getting involved with a couple of Broncos.
For 15 seasons, with the Denver Broncos, the Cleveland Browns, and the Los Angeles Raiders, he was a human volcano, always primed to erupt.
Plays football with the berserk fury of a trapped water buffalo. He sees himself surrounded by evil. He howls at injustice. He's not a defensive end, he's an archangel.
Put your helmet back on. Don't you know that Alzado has a left hook?
Mad, crazy.
Talk about street fighters, that's how he would describe himself.
When he walked in between those white lines, you were prey.
Oh, did you see the way he threw that man to the floor?
Himself.
When he walked in between those white lines,
Why?
you were prey.
Alzado comes in, head slap. That'll get you a penalty right there if the official sees it.
He was all about the rage.
Go Psycho!
Watch him out.
Go psycho. Literally. Oh my god.
He's giving him everything he has. He's clubbing, face mask, grab anything.
There goes Alzado. Yep, look out.
I'm a violent person. I play a violent game. And anybody who tells me that they go out there to have fun playing football, they're a liar. Because this game isn't fun. This game is a war.
His teammates rarely saw.
He's one of the few men in the NFL who has achieved the destruction of a training machine.
I broke it.
You know, the way you see somebody
Wow, and that machine looks like it was made out of, you know, cast iron. Aside from the cushions that you hit.
who's really angry, and that anger goes to the point where it's out of control. He's not able to control that anger.
Don't be beating on the guy's head. You can't hurt him. You're not gonna hurt the guy.
I have been.
He was relentless. He was all out on every play. He never quit. He was always after the quarterback.
I grew up in Brooklyn, being in jail and getting to street fights. And I don't particularly think there's a person on this earth that can kick my ass.
I love that. I love that confidence. There isn't a man alive that can kick my ass. You've got to have that kind of mentality, I imagine, in football. You have to believe that to some degree, because otherwise, you know, if you start questioning yourself, questioning how tough you are, that fear is gonna get sniffed out. It's gonna get preyed on.
And I'm out there to prove just that.
Are you trouble, boy? I'll break your head. Come on.
What about that fight you had with that guy?
He's holding me. I told him to keep his hands off me. He didn't keep his hands off, so I punched him.
You punched him?
Yeah.
Lyle, you were about to fight Muhammad Ali. Are you Rocky, or are you just crazy?
Hold on, no way. No friggin' way.
He's probably the greatest heavyweight that ever lived, and if you think I'm going to go in the ring and get embarrassed, I'm not going to have that happen. And I'm not bragging or saying that I'm going to beat him, but I'm going to hold my own.
How do the Broncos feel about one of their most
So was this actually going to happen? What?
valuable properties in the ring with a heavyweight champion?
This will be bigger than all his games put together. Japan's telling send a crew in. You gonna have a worldwide whooping.
How the hell are you coming to me warning me about the guy's good? He said 13 amateur fights. He knows.
It's crazy seeing this footage of Ali, honestly, man. You just knowing what happened to him, and so just seeing him when he was, you know, fully able, and yeah. May you rest in peace.
When the fight comes up on Saturday, I'm giving all the hell he can.
Here we go with round one. Ringside at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Lyle Alzado fighting in part to fulfill a lifelong
Keep your hands up, Lyle. Keep them up.
dream and in part for charity.
As the fight went on.
See this crowd react with every punch that Alzado.
Wow, Alzado's landing.
And Lyle was doing well because Ali was letting him do well.
He is now starting to taunt Ali, and the crowd loves it.
It was insane. Here is
He's
the
doing
heavyweight
all right.
champion of the world, and Lyle's in there trying to fight.
Nobody says it's a serious fight. Those are serious punches being thrown.
And picks the tempo up considerably here in the early seconds of round two.
The cameras were on and the lights were bright. He was going to knock him out.
You can now say that he was the first man to sack Joe Namath and smack Muhammad Ali.
How did the fight go? Oh man, I want to find out.
In 1983, when Return of the Jedi ruled the box office, Darth Vader led his second team
Darth Vader. Now that is a nickname.
to the Promised Land.
Lyle Alzado has his second sack of the afternoon.
But entering Super Bowl 18, the biggest news story wasn't Alzado's return to prominence. It was 3 Mile Lyle's threat to decapitate Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann and I were...
Joe Theismann, he's the guy who got his leg broken by Lawrence Taylor, wasn't it? Oh man, yeah, the footage of that, gruesome, man. Ugh.
And the superstars together. He's a great athlete, and if I get a chance in the game to tear his head off, I'll do that.
Last Sunday, the Los Angeles Coliseum looked more like the Roman Coliseum.
You guys came out early. You had like 2 penalties and a couple fights and everything, all in about the first 3 minutes. Is that part of...
Well, that's
so just get into it, huh?
No, it's not any different than what we usually do.
He had great threats. He was a great threatener. You know, I'll kill you out in the parking lot in front of your family, you know.
Wow. In front of your family. Savage.
That kind of thing.
I'll kill you and everything you love. I'll beat you so bad your family won't speak to you.
Talking about how he was going to tear people's necks off and spit down their throats.
Alzado going out of his head there, stripped the helmet.
Whoa, he threw the helmet.
Right off Chris Ward's head.
I think you'd get ejected for that today, wouldn't you?
And threw it. There goes a flag.
I couldn't believe they didn't throw Alzado out. When Alzado threw the helmet, God bless, I was back there almost, missed me by about a foot.
What are you throwing a flag for?
Bad enough to take it off his head, but then to throw it at him after he's uncovered, that seems a bit malicious.
What about Chris Ward? What happened?
I don't like Chris Ward. He's a big mouth. He's a hot dog. He runs his mouth. And if I had a chance to have him swallow his helmet, I'd have done it.
This dude is a psycho.
Okay.
Lyle Alzado had always relished playing the villain. But in the final act of his football life, Darth Raider chose to do something heroic.
This is Lyle Alzado today, over 60 pounds lighter and struggling just to walk.
Looking at myself now, I'm half the man I was. You know, the big, massive guy that I was, it was all, I hate to admit this, but it was all phony.
How long were you on steroids?
Most of my pro career. You know, I played 16 years. And
Is he suffering from something here?
It got me where I wanted, but also got me very sick.
That was a very, very fascinating story. I mean, like, what happened to him? Like, what made him? Is he because he looked like he was quite ill? You know, to go from the man in the NFL who was, you know, big as a house, loud, intimidating, to, you know, what I saw in, you know, in the last section of that video. Interesting man with an interesting story. You know, the legacy he left in the NFL, I'm sure, is going to last a very long time, because when he played, he was going to war. Like, it just seemed like he just took a level of intensity that even the other NFL guys just didn't have. Yeah, just wow, what a player. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and keep throwing the recommendations my way. I know I say it all the time, but they genuinely help me out, because if I know you enjoyed watching something, I'll definitely enjoy reacting to it. So like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, keep throwing the recommendations, and I'll catch you in the next one.